transaction is nothing but a unit of work, and it should follow ACID properties. What do you mean by ACID property? We'll see further. So now, first of all, what is a transaction? A transaction may be money transaction to you. A person will put a money into what do you say, any of the online website, and he'll purchase a book, and a book will come to you. This is called as completing a transaction, correct? This is called completing a transaction.
Yes, sir.
So now let us consider there is a banking transaction, there is an account, savings account, and there is an what do you say, another account type. So now what do you want to do? You want to do a transaction, like you want to send $2,000 to another account. Okay. So now when you are doing this, if the power switch offs, okay, if the internet goes off, should the transaction complete or should the transaction should not complete? What you are expecting as a user? Can you tell me?
Sir, it might not complete.
Ras, how about you? Kuldeep, how about you? Kuldeep.
Sir, it may be completed, but it may take time. Like it may wait for internet getting back connected.
Okay. Geeta choice is completed. Now next, other persons. So should the transaction complete or should the transaction reverse back? What you will expect as an end user, Raj?
As an end user, I want the money back.
Complete, but
As an end user, I want the money back.
How about Kuldeep? What is your answer?
Sir?
What is your answer? As a user, when you transfer an amount, okay, $2,000 to another account, a power goes off or a system shutdown happens. So as an end user, what you will expect?
Oh,
As an end user, what you will expect? Kuldeep, you're on mute. No. See, what I'm asking is, as an end user, you have a balance, account balance. Okay, you have an account, $6,000 we have. You are transferring the amount from one account to another account. Okay, suddenly a power goes off, or a system shutdown happens, or an internet disconnection happens. Okay, as an end user, what you will expect?
will credit back in my account, sir.
Should credit back into your account. Okay. So how about others? Geeta, what you told?
Sir, I told, yeah, I told that it would wait for internet to get back connected. Might be what the Kuldeep told. That is also one of the chance. And either it should credit back or it should.
That's what I'm collecting a different opinions. I'm collecting a different opinions. So Kuldeep is expecting it should credit back to his account. So someone is expecting, like, what is Raj's point of view? Like Geeta is expecting
same credit back.
Okay, but Geeta is expecting in a different manner, like it is debited. So, but the transaction should complete after the what do you say?
Internet getting back connected.
Power restore, or after the what do you say? Client side,
after the issue.
After the bank side, the issue is cleared. All the transactions which are in hold should be completed. So like this, it should happen. Okay, this is what end user expectation is. Okay, so now this should happen. Now, in order to follow this, okay, a transaction should be following a test that is called a ACID test, not acid which we pour on girls. Not that one, not in bathroom. See, this one is very, very important. Okay, this is very, very important with respect to what do you say, your interviews. Okay, when you say I know some of the SQL and database management, as an experienced person also, when you are going for an experience interview, they will ask you, do you know ACID transaction? This is a basic minimal understanding of a experienced person will know. This is a basic minimum understanding of any company. So if I say a 2+ experience or a 3+ experience to some person I am hiring, I will basically not ask this kind of question. I will understand, oh, this person is with 3+ experience, he will know all these things. So let us see what is this ACID. Okay, what is this ACID? Session will cut in 10 minutes. Please rejoin back when I say in last minute. Okay, so now ACID transaction. What is this ACID transaction? it should be an atomic, it should be a consistent one, it should be an isolated one, and it should be a durable one. What do you mean by acid? Like, what do you mean by atomic? Is there any answer from your side? What do you mean by atomic, consistent, isolated? So I'll give you 1 minute chance. So everyone can take part and tell their opinion according to the English definitions, what you understood here. It should be an atomic one, it should be a consistent one, it should be isolated one, it should be a durable one. So what did you understand? Raz, Kuladeep, Geeta, Sudha? Any answer is, see, my point is I want you to speak now. Otherwise you can't speak in interviews. I'm telling you. Any wrong answer is also okay. We'll make it correct.
Sir, atomic might be like to the discrete one we say, no, sir. Like
Okay.
that might be.
Okay.
To the point, I mean, to say particular, discrete, like that.
Okay.
Consistent is, it should not be interrupted, like that.
Okay.
And isolated is maybe as a synonym for unique.
Okay.
Or isolated might be.
Okay. Okay.
Maybe
okay.
not connected
other
to
people
much
should
of
answer.
things.
Other people should answer. What is this transaction? Kuladeep, can you answer? What do you mean by like the statement from this? What is atomic, consistency, isolated, durable? We are saying, right? So it is related to transaction only. We are asking these questions. Okay, it is not out of context.
Durable means from even after some transaction, it should not the database should not lose any data or something like that.
Very good, very good, very good.
And consistent is the transaction should happen consistently. Maybe that. Atomic and isolated. I don't know.
Okay, let's go. Let's not waste the time and let's go into our definitions. Okay, what is an atomic? It refers to the core idea that this transaction must completely happen or not at all. Like you people were saying, my transaction should roll back. Or Geeta was saying, it should happen completely after some time at least. Okay, so a transaction should be, it's like immediately it should roll back, or it should happen after some time, and it should come. The transaction should be completed. The transaction should be completed. It should not be like what you say. Paytm will hang and your money will deduct by. Right. So nowadays it will happen. No, for you people, you will pay from Paytm. It will not deduct and it will hang. But you will pay from PhonePe. It will go away easily. Right. It will go easily. So, but after some time from Paytm also it will complete the transaction. So twice it will go to the what do you say vendor. So you will go to vendor and say, hey, it came twice. Please give my money back. Right. So the actually this Paytm is not actually I'll say the valid transaction they are doing. Okay. Once they deduct it, they are doing the credit later on to the what is the vendor after 24 hours, after 30 hours, like that they are doing. So nowadays the Paytm consistency is very worst. Consistency, coming to consistency means the transaction must take the database for one valid state to another valid state based on the rules. Like what is the state you have debited, whether from your account it has been debited, and it should be credited. After that, your money should be updated with the latest amount. But what will happen? Your money will be debited. It will not be credited to them. Where the transaction is stuck, it is stuck in the Paytm server. So once the Paytm server busy, what do you say, the business is done. After that, they will take all the transaction which has been stuck away, and they will detect it and they will push the money into vendor's account. So actually, if you see PhonePe, if the money, if the transaction fails, it will credit back to your account immediately. The moment you see the PhonePe transactions and all, what will happen? The moment it is not able to deliver the transaction amount to vendor, it will credit back immediately. The second it debited, another moment itself, it will credit back to your account. So that is called a transaction. There should be a consistency. Either you pay or you pay back to yourself, to your account. So that the transaction should be a perfect one. So, and isolation refers to the data transaction easily be locked for that moment which transaction is occurring. So at the time, what it should happen when you say debit? Okay. So in your two ATMs, if you have like what you say, you are doing an online transaction and you some of your papa has went to ATM with your ATM card. Okay, if two transactions are happening, okay, so it should be an isolated transaction. It should not be a combined one. So if your papa went going to ATM and withdraw 2000 and you are withdrawing 2000 in a what do you say account, your account has 10,000, then it should be 6,000, right? It should not be 8,000 again, right? It should not be 8,000 again. So like it's like what a transaction should be an isolated one. So there also 2,000, here also 2,000. So it should be an isolated one and it should be locked transaction. So one person is doing, another person can't do. When an account like when you are doing a transaction, can you do another transaction? No, you can't do another transaction. So that is isolation. So durability refers to the transaction being considered as robust. What is that? If it happens, the database says this transaction has happened successfully, then the transaction is guaranteed. So it means like either it should happen completely or it should reverse it completely. So both you people were correct. Geeta and Raj and what do you say, Kuldeep is also correct. The Kuldeep was saying either it should be credited back to my account. Immediately should credit. I'm expecting that. But whereas in Paytm we see rare kind it will come back to your account. They'll for sure credit back to credit to vendors, stupid fellows. That is the worst kind of transactions they are doing. Okay, so fine. So moving on to that particular transaction. So this is about the transaction. Let us see some of the questions on the transaction. Like questions. Database always have more than one table? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Correct. In a database, individual fields such as last name, hire date are represented by what are these?
Columns.
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 So these are individual fields or columns.
Columns.
Very good. In a database table, individual records or entries are recorded in
Rows.
rows. Very good.
Rows, sir.
Rows. Very good. Database tables are composed of. Tables are composed of.
Tables are rows and columns.
Tables are composed of rows and columns. Very good. Every column of a database table must be given a
Data
type. Super. Data type. In a database table, a key is a
unique value for each row.
Very good. Unique value for each row. Which of this is most likely to be a good key?
System assigned ID number.
System assigned ID number.
Very good. Very good. So an association between records is called
Relationship.
very good. All of these are one-to-many relationship except what? Session will end. Yeah.
Email addresses assigned to one customer.
One customer assigned with no, two email addresses are assigned to one
Email
customer.
addresses assigned to one customer.
Very good. A primary key must be unique in the table where it is defined. True or false?
Yes.
True, sir.
True. A foreign key must be unique in the table where it is used.
False.
False.
Very good. A foreign key in one table represents a primary key in another table.
True.
True.
True. Very good. The most common relationship in a database is
Many to
One to many.
One to many.
All tables in the database must have relationship from each to each other.
True.
No, all tables will not have. Madam. All
False.
will not have. That's what I told you. A transaction is
Unit of
Check